Hello guys, this is Face Strings. Welcome to my YouTube lesson, my guitar lesson. I want to use this medium to thank and appreciate everyone that has been supportive, for those that have been sharing the comments, the likes, the feedback. It really do means a whole lot to me, and for those that are new, I want you to do the same. Click the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you always stay notified each time I post new videos. So without any further ado, let's go to the business of the day. Today we will continue with the intermediate class. We're doing the cage system. What is the cage system and how useful is it to a guitarist? And as we all know, there are 12 keys in music. On the 12th fret, you have a dot, two dots. This tells you this is one session, this is another session, the start of another session. If I have 24 frets, I'm going to have 12, another two dots here. This guitar has like about 20 frets. And once you know the guitar is divided into 5 positions from this 0 fret to this 12th fret, and it keeps reoccurring. It's a cycle. For any key, you can play 5 positions. The guitar is a self-transposing instrument, and what this means is that you just have to shift or use your capo, as we would soon see. So the first shape is C, caged. Then the second is A. The third is G. Then the fourth is D. E, sorry. And the last but not the least is D, the D shape. So now, if you're playing every of these chords, they are movable. Of course, they imply the shapes for the scale shapes for each chord position. You can play your relative scale. So if I'm starting with a C, it is movable. Every of the chords are movable, but there are pros and cons. For the chords that have your open string, you have to acknowledge them. You can move them by simply using the capo, or you introduce the bar. This gives us bar chord, as we will soon see. This C, for instance, this C, I have C, E closed, then G is open, C is closed, then E is closed. So if I was to move this, I would go to C sharp. From C to C sharp is semitone. This has moved. My C now becomes C sharp. My E becomes F. My G is still remaining. My C becomes C sharp. Then E. These two, they are not moving. They were on the first fret. But if I were to move them, I have two choices. I can use my capo. This is a capo. I can put it here. Sorry, you have to pin it right. So I can have, this is my C sharp now, but I'm playing the C shape. This is C. Without the capo, it sounds odd. Why? Because this, your first string and your third string, your G and E, they did not move. It is only the closed notes that moved. So in order to acknowledge this, I can use my capo. With my capo, so I have it closed. Your capo, you can, depending on your preference, you can put it here or upside down. Just clip it, press it, and clip it. So you press here, there's a spring here, you press it. So let's continue. This is C now. I can move it, but I'm in the key of C sharp because I've moved a fret. I can go to D, just keep moving. So another option is, if I don't want to use my capo, I can introduce bar. This is C, so I can move this from this C. C has moved to C sharp, E has moved to F. So I can change my fingering. So I have this finger left to bar, right? Look at it. C, the same notes, D, C, E, G, and C. C, E. So it becomes easy. It was the same thing I was playing, the same, just changing the fingering. So I can move this now. So this would close every other. So I need to open it. So this is C sharp. I can move this. It is this C shape D chord now. C shape D sharp. So this is C. I can move it to C sharp, D, E, F. But first I have to change my fingering. So this finger is left to bar. I can do the same thing for my A. This is A major. I can move it, this is A. I can move it to A sharp. So the A that was open before, if I move this comes here. A sharp, B, then C. So my cage system now, this C, I can play it in 5 positions. C, 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 different shapes. This was the first shape, C shape. The next one is still my C, A shape. What I did was move this from the neck. This is C, this is A. Then I had to move it to what? To the C. This is A sharp, B, then C. So far we've done two. This is C chord, C shape, C chord, A shape, C. This is a C, but this is using the A shape. And next is what? Your G caged, C, A, G. Then this is G, but this is G chord. I have to move it to what? I have a C. This is G, A, B, C. You have it on the 8th fret. So I'm going to move this shape. This is G. You can move it once. This is G sharp. So this is your G chord. You can move it to C. This is G, A, B, C. This is C. Then I take that same shape. This is it. And I have E shape. This is E. This is E chord, but I want to move it to a C. This is E. I have to change my fingering. So this finger is left to bar. I have open, finger 3, finger 4, then finger 2, finger 1 is open. Right, so then I move this to the 8th fret. So I have the C chord, the E shape. Then lastly I have my D. This is D major. This is a regular D. It's a regular D. I have open, finger 1 on the fret 2, your G string. Then for your B string you have your finger 3. Then it's like this. This is your D. Then I can move this by changing the fingering. So now I have it like this. On the 3rd fret, finger 4 is open, string 4 is open. Then I have my A. This is holding A. Then D with my finger, my pinky. Then like this. This is D. I can move it now. Let's say for instance to D sharp. Remember, D was open before, so now it becomes closed. So I can move it till I have my C. You have your C on the 10th fret, so far I have 5 positions. C, A, shape, you're still C, this is C, C shape, C, A shape, C, your G shape, C, E shape, the last is what? D, shape, your C. Back to what? Your C, C shape, then continues A, like that. So I can have C, 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 C. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can start with any chord. For instance, I can start with a G chord. This is G. I can move it 5 times. This is G, G shape. Next shape will be what? Remember, C, A, G, E, D. The next shape will be what? E shape for your G. From your G. The next shape will be what? Your D shape. This is still a G chord, just using D shape. Then the next real C shape. This is still a G. Next shape is what will be A shape. So you can do the same thing for your fingering. Next, A shape. You can come here, G shape. The next shape. The last shape, your D shape. Back to C shape. So this requires a lot of practice. Just sit down and discover for yourself, and you'll be amazed at your discovery. So till next class, keep rehearsing, keep enjoying music. This is Fifth Strings. Bye bye.